Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to be starting my general vlog. This vlog is going to include, so far, the finishing of, what is it called? Before They Are Hanged. I have 4.5 hours left of this audiobook, and I am finishing this book this week. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am finishing this book this week. And I am so excited. Like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm ready to get to the third one. Because, like, everything kind of hits the fan in the third one. And that's always just so much fun. I am also going to be reading, what's it called? Nothing Like the Movies. This is by Lynn Painter. This is the sequel to Better Than the Movies that I read in the spring. And so we're following these two teenagers, and they are they were dating, and now they're in college, and he's messed up. And so now he's trying to like do all of these romantic gestures to win her back. And in this series, this duology, I guess, they do a lot of callbacks to romantic comedies. And so from the description, he seems like he's going to be doing a lot of things from these movies that she loves in order to win her back. So super excited about that. I loved their banter in the first one. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in their interactions now that they're a little bit older. So who knows? I am excited about it. And so I'm going to start reading that this week. I'm also going to read Vicious by E.V.E. Schwab. This one, from what I remember, from what everyone's talked about like years ago, we're following these two guys, and they used to be friends, and they're no longer friends. Something happened, and now they're not friends anymore. And apparently they have some sort of powers. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the beef was. But I do know that a lot of people really loved this book. And so I'm reading this for a book club. And if you haven't seen my wrap up yet, let me tell you the story about how I got into this book club, because I find it funny. So I have this friend from work, and she had posted on Facebook that she was, bringing snacks to their book club. And I'm like, "You're in a book club?" And she's like, "I sense surprise." And I'm like, "Betrayal. Like, no one told me about a book club. I want to be in a book club." And so she very kindly was like, "Hey, this is the book that we're reading, and this is when we're meeting, so you can come if you want to." And I'm like, yeah." So, so I kind of bullied my way into a book club, but I really want to be in a book club. I was in one for work, and it was me and one other girl, and that was it. And so the company was like, "Well, just go ahead and cancel it." I'm like, "Why are we canceling it? Why are we despising meager beginnings? Like, things grow. Like, why are we giving up already?" And so I was a little bitter about it, especially because like we only read the one book. That was it. We just read one. Come on now, like that's not enough time. So I am really excited to be part of a book club because I want to talk books. That's why I have this channel, so I can talk books, and I just want to talk books. And I've always wanted to be in a book club. So my lifelong dream of being in a book club is now coming to fruition, and hopefully it stays longer than one book. I'll be very sad. I don't have a clue who else in it. I don't have a clue anything. I just know one person, and she said I could come. So I'm coming. That's all that I know. So I bullied my way into a book club. But it is what it is. But anyways, welcome to the vlog. I've been listening to Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, and I'm having the best time. I listened to 3 hours of this audiobook yesterday. Like, all I want to do is listen to it. I don't even want to listen to anything else. I just want to listen to it. So we're following Wes and Lizzie, and they were together. I mean, in the first one, after the first one, because the first one, the typical love story where they're not together and then they get together in the end, right? So you don't get to see a whole lot of like them actually dating. Um, but I think they did fake dating in the first one a little bit. So we got to see a little bit, but not like really them being in love. Well, so now they've broken up, and we're following them as they're interacting for the first time in like 2 years since they broke up. And Lizzie is still really mad at Wes for breaking up with her. and Wes is trying to get her back. And it is so much fun. Right now, we are just him trying to become her friend again and break the ice and get her to not hate him. And so that's where he's at. And she is bound and determined to hate him. And the problem is, she's got this job that is covering baseball specifically, and he's playing baseball. And so she's having to be around him all the time, and it's a struggle for her. And so it's so much fun because she gets so angry about it. And I love their banter and I love them together, and it's just, I love it so much. It's the best thing ever. But hopefully this lighting's not too bad. We did 6 a.m. practice, so that's why it's so dark out right now. I mean, it was darker. I waited till after I got breakfast, so that the lighting would be a little bit better because I'm getting ready to do a 50-minute drive to work. So I'm going to listen to a lot of stuff, and I needed to update you before I started my journey to work because 50 minutes of a drive when I'm listening at 1.7, that you get quite a bit of ways into a book. So I didn't want to update you at like the halfway point. So, but yeah, 6 a.m. practice. And we played last night and it was exhausting. I think I got in bed at like 11 and then I was up at 4:30. Yeah, it was like 4:30 this morning when I got up. But listen, I went to the McDonald's and I got my caramel coffee and I got a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. So I'm gonna eat breakfast and I am gonna get another coffee when I get to work at Battlefield Coffee Shop because I'm a fiend, so I have to get to, just call me Lorelai Gilmore, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. I love my coffee. But yeah, so that's the update for now. I'm getting ready to finish Nothing Like Movies, and I'm having a great time. Like, it is taking me just this week, and I am almost done. And I've also been listening to Before They Are Hanged, but all I want to do is listen to Nothing Like the Movies. I'm having the greatest time. I'm loving their interactions and their banter, and I'm really also loving some of the side characters and their interactions with each other. And I think that we're going to have more books in this world. And when I was reading, what was it? Betting on You. And I could have sworn it felt like it was in the same world. And like some of the names were similar and stuff. Like, I was pretty sure. Well, in this one, we were in a scene where like all the old friends were together and some of the nicknames were used. And those are very specific nicknames to Betting on You. And I'm like, that's them. And so I was right. They are crossing over quite a bit. Or, well, not like quite a bit, but they are crossing over for sure. Um, but I'm having the greatest time. I love Lynn Painter. And I love her like coming of age story. She does a really good job with her characters. And like I love that they're in college now and it's been a couple of years because you can kind of see pieces of like who they used to be in their interactions, but you also get they're more mature and trying to be who they are now versus like who they used to be. And oh my gosh, my eye is hurting. So that's been, I love it. I just love it so much. Lynn Painter is fantastic. And the only problem I have with romance novels is that, I'm telling you this off, is that you don't get a lot of like the actual love story piece. They, you just get like the before and then like when they get together. You don't really get a whole lot of like them being in love and all those things because even in the first one, like with this one, we got them hanging out and getting to know each other, but not like actual relationship. And I just, I'm trying to think of a love story where you actually like see them be in love. And it doesn't happen a ton. Maybe a Nicholas Sparks book, but even then, maybe. I don't know. If you have any, let me know because I don't know. I'm kind of craving that right now. But like story of them being in love and you're actually getting to see them in that relationship. So I'm kind of craving that right now. Before they are hanged. Oh my gosh. I love Before They Are Hanged. So I knew there was a scene coming and it was an intimate scene. And it's between characters that you're like, never would have thought that they would be together. And I knew it was coming. I thought it was coming sooner, but it's coming with like 3 hours left of the book, right? And it I remembered it being like super awkward and just entertaining. And it was. It was. I remembered it so well. Like Joe Abercrombie, when he writes, he tends to write very realistic. And even in his intimate scene that he wrote, I think it's one of the few in his stories, it's very realistic. And when like things are like awkward. And it's just hilarious. Like it cracks me up because things like that happen. And well, you in a lot of romance stories, like you don't get the awkward parts of it. You just get like, oh, the sparks and the romance and whatever. But I think it's very fitting how it went down with the characters that it was. And it's just, it cracks me up. So yeah, there's your update. So I finished Nothing Like the Movies and I love the ending so much. I thought it was great. I really love the characters and their banter, and I really love how we got to see like bits and pieces of like who they used to be paired with who they have grown into. And I think their character development was very fitting for like their circumstances and who they are and kind of how they got thrown back together. Like Liz growing up was very like non-sporty and was very nerdy, and then in college, she does a lot of filmmaking and social media type stuff for the athletics department, which is very fitting for what she wants to do with music and things like that. And so that's how she gets back in touch with Wes, is that he's on the baseball team. So she's doing social media for the baseball team that he is on. And so they're kind of thrown together quite a bit. And I just love that that was very fitting because her character development and her goals continued on the path that they should have. And so I really like that because it sometimes when you get those continuations, that's not like a sequel, they change so much. And I hate it. I hate when they change a ton and they don't feel like the same person. But these characters truly felt like the same people, just more evolved and a little bit more mature. But when they're together, they can totally bring out those old pieces of themselves because that's how they're used to interacting with each other. And they had to learn how to interact with who they are currently. And so that was a lot of fun. I also really thought that Lynn Painter did a really good job of making Wes's the mistake that he made. It was bad enough that it justified her hating him for a couple of years. But when you take everything into context and consideration, it's redeemable. Like you could probably justify forgiving him. And so it didn't feel forced. I hate when we do enemies to lovers and like the thing that we're forgiving is really stupid. One, like it, why do we hate each other for that? Or it's way too big. Like I was reading one book one time, I'm not gonna tell you which one, and the main characters, the love interests, they hated each other because she got his best friend killed. And now they're supposed to be love interests, and then they're love interests within like a few days of like being around each other. No, that's not how that works. Like, if you get someone's best friend killed, like intentionally get them killed, that's not redeemable. Their best friend's not gonna fall in love with you. Like, that's not how it works. It drives me crazy. So, um, it actually worked out pretty well with this story. Love Lynn Painter. Lynn Painter does a fantastic job. I also really like that Liz didn't immediately forgive him. Like, he had to work for it, and he had to really like try. Like he had to show remorse and that he was better than he had chosen to be in those moments. And it just felt really more validated. I also finished Before They Are Hanged, and it didn't end the way that I remember it ending. Like, our adventure wasn't as successful as I remembered it being, so I don't know what happened. I guess where it's all like one big story, it kind of just blurs together. So I don't know. But I really love this book. When I reread when I read these the first time, this one was my favorite. And so I'm interested to see if it will continue to be my favorite once I've read the third one on a reread, because I don't remember the third one at all. I remember pieces of the ending, but I don't remember how we get there. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. And it'll be fun because I have no idea what's happening with it. So I can't wait to read that. It'll be a little bit before I read it, but I'm excited to get back to it. I love Joe Abercrombie's battle scenes. Like, he does a really good job of showcasing the chaoticness of being at war, because everything is so chaotic and it's not clean in any regard. He's very descriptive and it's gory and it's a mess whenever he's writing these scenes. And I really love that. And at no point ever does he like romanticize being in war. Now, he does have one character on down the road who is very much like wants glory, but majority of his characters are like, don't do it, do something else, it's not worth it. And so I think that he does a really good job of showing you what it looks like at its darkest and making it fun and entertaining. And I mean, fun isn't like it's dark, but not to where you're like, hey, war looks like a great time, let's go do that. So I really love Joe Abercrombie for that. I love the Dog Man. I don't know that I've talked about the Dog Man at all. He is a barbarian from the north, and he is part of this crew led by Three Trees. And him and his buddies they're all named men. And I don't know that I've described what named men means. It means that you've been in enough battles and you've done things that are heroic or scary enough or dark enough, like it puts fear in other people. And so you get some sort of name for your accomplishments. That's probably the better way to describe it. When you are accomplished at war, you get a name given to you. Like Logan is the Bloody Nine, and Dogman has been given the name Dogman, and he is part of this crew that they're all named men. And he's just, when you're reading from his perspective, he's so human because he's just kind of there, and he doesn't read as if he is like amazing, because he will like trip and fall. And like oh my gosh, this scene is so funny. He meets this dude, and the dude is wanting to like go talk to Three Trees in order to like be part of the crew. Well, Dogman, being suspicious, has him lead the way, and Dogman has his like bow and arrow pointed at him. And the guy named Shivers is just like, don't shoot me in the back with that, don't trip and shoot me in the back. And he does. He trips and his arrow flies and it misses Shivers, but it could have hit him. And Shivers is just like, and it just feels so human because that's something that I would do. I would absolutely trip in that dire situation. And I love Dogman. He's so great. Okay, so Vicious. I think I mentioned that I was going to read it in this vlog. Well, turns out my book club is on Monday. I thought it was on a Sunday, but it's on a Monday. And so I can't go because I have practice. So definitely not concerned with reading that book at present time. I will eventually read it, but it's definitely not one that I'm like dying to read right now. So I'll just put it on the shelf and move on for now. And I'll just wait until the next book club meeting because I really want to be part of a book club. And so I'll harass Mariah to give me the next book and the date so that I can be a part of it, even though I harassed her last time and then can't start now. I may not even be able to start the next time because I have volleyball through October. It may be a November thing, but we will try. So that will be the end of this vlog. Have you read any of these? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.